Hey guys, it's getting kind of dicey. No, actually, things are stabilizing really well, and um, I think anyway, there's a lot of indications that some things are stabilizing. The storyline that I was been seeing, I'm not too sure about. There's been conflicting reports on that. Um, there has been bizarro thing going on, whereas all of a sudden YouTube got real weird, and it was like you can't sign in or you can't verify it. You do it, and it's like okay, that all works and everything, but then it's like it's been reprogrammed or something, so that regardless, it's going to come and say an error occurred, even though it will try to sign in and it shows like the screen, it'll blink away and that kind of thing. So we're praying that gets solved, and there's no problem with that, no problem with our account or anything. And but then get this, that was on the Roku. The damn thing showed up all of a sudden doing the same kind of thing on the telephone. Well, something similar. In other words, it wasn't just working, and it was wanting to do this thing where it pairs your telephone with the TV and this kind of stuff, and it's been real. Have you noticed it being pushy like that? And I was thinking, man, I've got to get off this. I've got to get off the internet. Maybe have like one thing hooked up to it, and then everything else just devoid. Just cut off from it and forget it. At some point, well, I guess you'd have to have something where you could periodically. Nah, why in a world that nah. um, it's a great day, ain't it? Sure is. Yeah, interesting traffic out there today. Some weird. I think some of the messages are pretty weird. What's going on out there? Um, and I get to keep on getting this feeling of great disappointment out there, and or disappointment all around. And I'm like, who's winning? Who won? Did somebody, because it looks like, yeah, looks like it's not going right for, like the whole damn thing was just so cursed. No one wins in that thing, because I mean it's just so dark and so many really bad motivations from so many different people. So how could it ever turn out right? Now, you know. Uh, but hey, getting loose of it and getting back upstairs and not being in connection with anything like that ever again, that in itself is a victory that we can, like, we've been hoping and praying for like 17 years, right? So we say goodbye. Because we were like, hey, I guess, I mean, not knowing what kind of losses we had faced or anything else because we still had any idea what was happening. But uh, it just seemed like, hey, this is a really untenable situation, considering the way it was all set up, and they obviously had teams that they were in connection with, and we didn't know anything about that. So it's like, yeah, that's when we said goodbye, because it was like, you know what, this can't get any better. This is about as bad as it gets, and we have to cut our losses and walk away from this. But yeah, there's ever since then there's been a whole bunch of other history. But yeah, it looks like I went back to the YouTube thing. Looks like I'm gonna have to start a whole new thing, get a whole new deal going on, because it's whatever they've done is they're blocking it. It's been blocked. Like, no, you can't. So there's something went wrong. I went to the other end of the trailer, and they're like, no, it's working just fine for them. So I'm gonna have to redo it, and so that's gonna be a little bit of an expense. But you know what? We were supposed to be going out to purchase a few items anyway. And now that we've sort of gotten over the bad cold, at least a little bit, I guess we can get to that. Now, why? I don't know. There's a thing that we're supposed to do, right? Be known by somebody somewhere for this or that, or but I'm sure it's going to be great. You know, some people out there, they got big stories about it. And to me, it's like, well, I think I was supposed to be gone from all this long time ago anyway. Well, guys, thanks for your love. Thanks for your prayers. And thanks for keeping us up and for supporting us however you can. And I pray that we get this other stuff, our electronic stuff, worked out. And with as little trouble as possible, or rather, no trouble. We've had enough of that. Guys, thanks so much again. God love you.